All right, this is Kwace's Real Talk. First of all, I really love this drawing. It's pretty cool. Here's a way to actually color. If you have a line art, you set it to multiply, and your background, here's a neat trick you can do, right? I want you to paint everything flesh colored. Boom. There you go. Most of the hard work is done. All you need to do is add the shadows. So what you can do is create a new layer and call it a shadow layer and use a darker skin tone. So let's say we need to draw the boobs, right? Because we already have the skin tone all over, all you need to add is the shadow. Using flesh colors for the shadow. You know what I mean? Just like how you would do colored pencils, like that lesson we talked about a while ago. Using shadows, using flesh tone as a shadow actually helps out tremendously. But you gotta understand where the shadows are. That's the hardest part. You gotta have that intuition to understand, to know where the shadows would fall. Be careful not to overdo it neither. Figure out where the light source is coming from and use the flesh tones for the shadow. See what I mean? This actually shaves off a lot of hours on your rendering time. And I love to do this every once in a while when I'm pressed for time. This is one way to do it. Again, figure out where the shadows are. Like let's just say there's a light source here. We put it underneath the hair, underneath the nose, underneath the lips, and be careful not to overdo it. There you go. This is a very, very basic thing you could do. And it's actually very effective if you do it right. And then once it's all done, it's all about adding some highlights, making sure you understand where the highlights are. You know what I mean? Hey, Jackie. And then all you need to do is erase the background or replace it so that the flesh will stick out. Remember, the color of an object is completely affected by the color beside it. So, this is one way to do it. So, I want you to experiment. Also, when you're doing skin, I highly recommend using a very, very soft feathered brush because um, a nice soft brush can give an skin nice transitions. You know what I mean? Again, this is just one way to do it. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat. This is my favorite way because it just makes it very, very easy to do. Just paint the background flesh toned, and most of the hard work is done. It's very, very easy to do. Paint the background flesh tone and then add shadows to it. And then erase the background slowly. It's usually so hard because the white background throws me off so much. Yeah, because you're actually viewing it in a place where it looks like you got flash banged. You know what I mean? Never work with a white background because it's gonna throw you off. The best way to actually do it is have like a neutral tone for everything, and then apply the colors because the neutral tones actually help your eye relax. If your eye isn't relaxed, if your eye is working in a really bright place, it's not gonna see anything. So use actually a very, very neutral tone. In this example, I'm using a flesh tone to actually paint the flesh, and this is something you could do. Again, this there's another way to go about it. One way is actually creating a new layer, and let's just say you're using this color for the shadows, right? Boom. Then you create a layer mask, delete, I mean, put black on the layer mask, and then you can just paint it using white. And this is another way to add shadows as well. You see that? Very, very effective. So this is just an example of what you can do. Um, highly recommend this technique if you're just starting off. And if you don't like it, you just delete it. So yeah, I hope that helps.